Alrighty, good morning, afternoon, night, whatever the case may be. Mr. 1883, World Radio, aka Mr. Gatekeeper, out here around the northeast end of Georgia. And to you, Mr. Mudslinger, here is your Texas Star. I guess you can call it sleeper. Your Texas Star 667 Turbo, which now has a 500V, brand new 500V front. I guess you can kind of call it a sleeper. It appears to be a 500, but it's really a 667. From the grave back to life. Alright, brother. Well, first, before we get into that, let me go over here and show you what came out of the amp. Alrighty. You wanted the power wire upgrade, the full blown power upgrade. So we took the dinky little 8 gauge or 10 gauge wires out, took the fuses out as you requested, and there's the strain release bushings. And we took the complete keying circuit out, the whole entire circuit. Every little thing in the circuit. And I don't know if you remember, the meter did not have a front on it. I thought I had the meter working, and I put a front on it for you, but it is not working. It lied to me, made me think it was about to work. So I'm gonna pry that cover back off there and throw that meter away, so I can use that cover for another time. So we got you a brand new meter. Here is all your switches, which are very nasty, man, very scratched up. These are all the holders that holds the lenses. And you had one lens on it, which was so used up, it was actually melted, as you can see there. So we got brand new lenses put on there for you. Put a new delay cap. I replaced one of your feedback circuits. It just kind of looked a little brown. There's your lamp, your keying lamp. That was blown. And a couple other small things. And here's your original front. Whoop, dropping stuff all over the place. Which you can see has seen better days. So we got, that's what that new 500 front is. That's all I had in stock here, and you said you didn't mind, you kind of liked the idea. I know a few other people that kind of like to do stuff like that, make the amp say it's something, but it's really something else. And here's your cover. You didn't ask about this, but I went ahead and threw in a new cover. You see, this cover's seen its better days as well. This is an old amp, man. This was the first 667 produced by Texas Star, the Turbo. So we got you a brand spanking new cover, man, straight from Texas Star. That actually came in a few days ago. So with all that, gives you this. Yeah, I forgot to your knob. It's seen a couple of better days as well. And a couple other miscellaneous things that I felt need to be replaced. Your transistor for the preamp, transistor for the keying circuit was for sure blown. I replaced one of the metal clads on the output transformers too. I'm not sure if it really needed replaced, but it kind of looked like the center. I can really show it on the video, but it looked like it was it was shorted, and I took it out and it was reading like 910 picofarad, which is kind of low. So I just went ahead and replaced that for you. So that gives you this right here, bud. You know what? There are 4 things. I thought I had everything. I thought I had everything on here that I took out, but there's 4 things that I did not put on here, and that is the bulbs. All 4 of your bulbs are blown. Okay, I'm talking about the bulbs and the switches. All 4 bulbs are blown. They also had a short as well. But the short was after the switches, so the light still worked before I had to do some major reconstruction up under the main board. But we'll get into that a little bit. So I put those bulbs in the trash. I don't really like to have that kind of stuff laying around on the bench with all that metal, man. You can easily bust those bulbs, and I'll have little particles of glass everywhere, so I kind of threw them away right away. So they're in the trash can over there. So that's the only thing I don't have on the white sheet that I took out. So here she be right here, brother. Texas Star 667, 1 driving 4, all non-dots. Working pretty well. Working pretty well. That had to got about, I would say I got about 25 to 30 hours at the most in this amp, man. This thing had to have a little bit of tender love and care done to it, mainly on the main board. I went ahead and done something else kind of neat for you, bud. Let you see that real quick. Yeah, look at that. Let me leave it right there for a second so we can get that thumbnail for YouTube. Went ahead and done a little, since that bulb was blown, I did something I've been wanting to do for a little while to the Texas Star. Went ahead and done the old, the 4 in series blue LED mod, I guess you can call it. I like it. I think I'm going to do all mine that way. And anybody that would like that done, if you send in a repair in or something, man, you know, of course you can have any color you want. If the LED can give the color, you can dang sure do the mod there. So I like that. I like that. And even if somebody wants to replace it with a white but make it a little brighter, man, we can also do that too. I got some big 10mm LEDs that would work fine. You don't want to put too much. It's going to draw because it is pulling off the biasing circuit. So you don't want to put too much there. It could throw the biasing off a little. So I don't want to put no big honking 10-watt lights on there. But well, let's do this first. We'll do the output test and let you see the output of it, and then we'll pop the top off. If that sounds good to you. All right. We are going to be, as you see, one of my members have been retired, and that was my MFJ Digital. So that is not in line. So I'm just going to be reading PEP off the static for now until I install my PEP kit in my bird, which I will do here very soon, I promise. So we'll just go off this. This has been recalibrated, okay? This is not factory calibration. It has been recalibrated. The RMS of it is actually, I tuned it with a bird. It actually shows a little less than a bird on the RMS, and the peak is fairly good too. I didn't retune the peak, but last time I checked it, the peak seemed to be, you know, fine right around there with the numbers. So just to let you know that, man, just using that for reference, okay? Alrighty, as usual, we're gonna be driving about 4 bird. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around so you can see what the radio is doing. We don't have the PEP meter, so about all I got to run on is the bird. I can't show you the PEP on the scale, which is showing a little less than what my digital was showing. Yeah, so that's right there, 4 bird, okay, 10-watt slug. We're on the 100-watt scale. So we're reading this red line right there. So that we're at 20. Oh, so it's reading about 16, 17 watts, which is a little lower than what the digital was reading. We've got about a 1 watt dead key. There's your 1 watt dead key, a little under. Alrighty. Let me fire up this stove here for a little bit of celebration smoking. Y'all know me, man. I just beat myself on this camera, y'all. I ain't trying to act like I'm somebody I ain't. I'm the same person on this camera than I am off of it. And I got a bad habit of smoking, I know it. And I will have to quit eventually. Alright, we're going to start with a low setting, okay? Let you hear the, I was going to let you know that the, is working. You hear the keying circuit, so I always like to check that in the Texas Star. That's a real easy way to check a keying circuit on the Texas Star is hit that preamp on with the power button off. See if that relay kicks in. You also can check the delay too without sending any power through the amp. Okay. That's one way you can test it mechanically with a mic without manually doing it. Alright, so we are going to go in low mode, which is like that, okay? And you're not going to see nothing out of it. Oh, yeah. You're not going to see nothing out of that setting. So we're going to turn the variable up all the way, and we're going to roll like that, okay? Oh, yeah. All right. All right, we were rocking with a 1,000-watt slug. We're rocking with a 1,000-watt slug. I'm going to do something a little different in this video. I do have a 1,000-watt bird slug, actually made by Bird. After we do the last reading, I'm going to pop that in. Last time I checked it, it seemed to be right there equal with this coaxial dynamics. And the only reason I use that coaxial dynamics is because it's brand new. It's just kind of what I popped in and what I've been using. So we'll try this one out and on the last reading just to see. Curiosity, I just thought about that. Because some of them coaxial dynamics can tend to show a little bit loose on the PEP readings mostly that I've noticed. The RMS is pretty close. Alright, here we go. Sorry about wasting all this time, y'all. We're already 13 minutes in. Here we go. Alcohol slug. Oh, yeah. That's about 110 bird. Okay. Alright. I'm going to flip that off. We're going to roll with that. Oh, yeah. So that's about 180 bird. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's about 180, 190 bird. Alrighty. That's one thing I love about a Texas Star 667 or any of the Texas Stars variables is you have so many power settings. You have 4 different power settings, and it is a great amp to use for a driver because you can get that amp doing exactly what you need it to do, and I do like that about a Texas Star. I really do. It also makes a good driver because it's AB biased, so the audio is good and linear. Alright, we're on max. Alrighty. Let her rip, potato chip. Oh, so you're sitting at about 210 bird. We'll go over here on the peak. Like you said, we're using this for reference mainly. We're reading the 1,000-watt scale now, which is going to be this one right here. Okay. It's about 180-watt dead key. Yeah. So that's right there about 580, almost 600 watts on the PUP right here. Alright, here's what we're going to do next. We're going to unhook the bench radio. And I do not even have this set up over here, y'all. Okay, y'all bear with me real quick. I should have done this before I even started this. Y'all forgive me, I'm sorry. Alright, that right there. I need me a power wire. Where's the power wire? Where's the power wire? Here's the power wire. Alright, let's hope to God this plugs in without me having to take a peek back there. Alrighty, y'all forgive me, man. I should have already had this set up here. There we go. Alright, we're rocking with the Stickman tune. Okay, what we are doing now is we are doubling our power, and I did forget to tell you, this power supply has took a croak on me, okay? So I'm gonna have to put this on the bench when I can. So you're gonna see me using this thing or my jig over here, which is a lot heftier power supply. That's around about a 75, 80 amp power supply, fully regulated. And I do have the same voltage range as this pretty much as well. So you know it's all good actually. It's a lot better actually than this power supply right here. I wish this thing would focus better. So I know that's kind of looks like it's kind of thrown together, and it is kind of thrown together, but I kind of had to do something kind of quick there for I think I was testing something that needed a little bit more, needed to be regulated. So kind of letting y'all know what's going on. So we are running on 15.2, okay? I'm not changing voltages on this one. Alright, go ahead and flip that radio on. We're doubling our input, 4 bird to 8 bird. This is out of line. I didn't show you the input reflect, did I? Alright, y'all just going to have to trust me. The input reflect looks very nice. It's great. It's great. The input reflect is great. I didn't have to do any kind of retuning with this amp. So, alright, let's hurry up and get this done, because I still got to show the inside of the amp. Okay, are we on? Okay, we're not hooked up. We're not hooked up. Sitting here blabbing my mouth. Ain't even hooked the hot radio up. Alright. Another thing I think I forgot to mention is what you've seen over there, the SO239s. These are new ones. I had to put new SO239s. The bolts were just all corroded and nasty. I don't know why Texas started and used stainless steel hardware, but they didn't. And I mean, they were just in rough shape. The SO239s were. Went ahead and put a new sticker on there for you, bud. There was also a hole right here. You see that bolt right there? There was a hole. I don't know why. Somebody drilled it in there. What I went ahead and did is just put a bolt in there just to cover that hole for you, man. Just to kind of make that look a little better there. There's the power wire mod from the back. That thing right there's got all the power wire it needs, man. 2 8 gauges, 1 8 gauge per section independently. Alrighty. Ooh, wow. That dead key's a little high. Let me turn that down just a little. Okay, that's a lot better. Alright, I'm just going to do a quick key on this, because we are driving this pretty hard. Oh, there's your 300 bird, brother. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, and like I said, I'm going to take this slug out. And I'm going to pop this bird slug in, just to kind of see if there's any difference. Now we got the bird slug in, okay? Oh, not much, maybe a tad bit less. There's your 300 bird, about 290, 300. Alright, we'll see the peak now, see if the peaks came up a little. Oh, yeah. I don't like the peak came up a lot. About a solid 600. So there you go, man. That's the numbers we're getting out of this bad boy. which I say is right there with it. I've seen some Texas Stars do a little bit more, but 300 bird on 15.2 volts, which is the most I'd run on this amp, honestly. I think that's pretty good, man. I think that is pretty good. So there she goes. We'll go ahead and flip this off. I think I might just leave that old slug in there and just roll with that one. It shows a little bit less, I think. I'd rather be a little less than a little more. So I'm going to leave that bird slug in there for a while. Put that bag back in the bag there. Alright. I'm very bad making these long videos, y'all. Many of you don't complain, but you know, our troopers were sitting through these long videos. Alrighty, here we go. Brand new case, bub. Hooked you up, Mr. Mudslinger. Yes, sir. Alrighty. There's your 4 in series right there. Giving out the blue, don't even need a resistor because of that. Alright. Obviously, whoever had this before, you see this construction paper being used as an insulator? I even cleaned that construction paper for you, man. I have been in this amp with, I would say probably over 100 to 120 Q-tips, cleaning the living heck out of this amp. I mean, it was very nasty. Oxidized copper. A couple of traces I had to re-tin. Okay, I even got you a cover and put it on the relay. There was not a cover on the relay. Okay. Like I said, I replaced the whole keying circuit. Every component you see in this circle right here is brand new, including the delay cap. Okay. As you can see, that looks pretty much brand new right there. That's the one I replaced on the output. I also replaced the input. That cap's right there. Okay. That's a transistor for the preamp. Replaced that. I added a diode, a clamping diode right there on the relay. There wasn't one. Okay. Where is those 3 at, man? Oh, these 3 right here. I replaced those 3. They looked real brown. Somebody have just been driving the amp very hard. That's all that's about. Which one is it that I replaced? I think it was this one. This feedback circuit right there. Replaced the SO239s. Get your power wires in there. I rehooked up your diode after taking. It blows my mind the way Texas Star. Let me show this to y'all. You see this diode right here? Right here. The lead of that diode. You see that lead? I moved the lead right over there so that the diode could be still hooked up. Texas Star uses that lead. Follow me now. That lead, which is what? 26, 32 gauge, 26 something. That lead is used to send power over to this 2-pin section. Okay? Yes, sir. That lead. And then they put a small 14 gauge usually wire coming from the fuse over to right here. Okay, and as you see, we have an independent 8 going there and an independent 8 going there. Next, the ground. Normally the ground comes in, goes straight to the board, okay? You don't have another ground going to the board over here. So how do they get the ground from here to there? I'll show you. And I'll zoom in to show you this. You see that black wire right there. That black wire, I think, is a 16 gauge wire, if I remember correctly. maybe 14, but I think it's 16.